what Gloria has done has been huge in regards to very, very, like she's measuring everything. She's
Mhm.
tracking everything, taking pictures of everything. So Gloria, can you please share your story, please?
I will. Thank you so much. And actually, I'm about a week and a half later than everyone else, just because I was not able to make it to that Rise retreat. So my 4 week is only coming up this coming Friday. Is when mine is coming up. And I'm doing a little bit different as laser measuring. And so I actually go to a clinic. I stand on this, it's called the StyQ is what it's called. But anyway, I stand on this platform, and then there is a tower there, and I stand on it, and it actually turns my body, and then like my body around, and then that's how the measurements come. And then it's really neat because they can give me like the pictures of it and like silhouettes of it, but it's exact measuring and weighing and body fat and body mass and all those kinds of things. So I just knew sometimes a tape measure is a little bit hard just because you can pull it a little bit tighter, a little bit looser, something like that. Anyway, and so then that's just how I chose to do it. So I go every week and have that done. And so what I noticed is after only being on the products for 1 week, I was down like 4 pounds, which was cool. The next week was 1 pound. Last week was 2 more pounds. But what I noticed greatly is like, don't just look at the pounds because the inches, I have a goal, I want to dress this that I want to get into. And I couldn't believe from 1 week to the next week and only 2 pounds. You don't think 2 pounds is that much, but it was just significant on my dress. And so it's really neat to kind of have some of those goals as well. So that's one thing. But the other thing that I noticed immediately, like everyone else is saying, about how their brain is just so much more, things are just more clear. And then for me, like going from week 3 onto this week 4, what I noticed is a lot of people, and it's me too, where I say that food noise is gone, that food noise is gone. But what I am finding is that so many other background things are gone. And so I can just find that I can just be so present in the moment. And sometimes that's like we're talking with someone or having whatever conversation or dinner, or even just like my husband or my children or whatever it is. It's like we're there, but yet in the background of our head, we're thinking about, I got this to do, I got this to do, I got this to do. And you can't do those things at that time anyway. And so what I'm finding now going into this 4th week is that I feel like I can be so much more present in the moment. And there are so many gifts to that, because as far as even mental health kinds of things, and I know, even the work that I do, people come to me with depression, anxiety, whatever it might be. But when a person tends to live in the past or remembering or bringing up the past, that's where depression can kind of set in. And then anxiety can kind of set in when you're worried about things, planning for the future, and really none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. And so the best gift for me now this last week has just been that I've been able to just focus and be in the present moment at what I'm doing. And that's with my clients, with my family, with my friends, whatever it is. I just feel like I can give them my undivided attention, and not just the food noise isn't there, but other noises aren't there. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling.
And peaceful, right? Gloria and I were talking. It's
Yes.
this really, really peaceful, beautiful feeling. And we were talking, and during the time that we were talking, I personally had experienced one of the most stressful weeks of my, like, in years recently. Like, it was a week of, wow. Has anybody here ever experienced like it's back to back to back to back stuff? It was that week for me. And I stopped myself while I was at the emergency room with my daughter. And I was just like, I am like, this is all very important stuff that's happening. And it's, you know, but I'm not like freaking out. I am not like over the edge. I am not like shaking. I am not like the world's coming to an end. I am very present to what needs to be tackled for her, and then stuff that happened in our house. I mean, there were just so many things, and it caught me off guard so many times. So Gloria and I were talking about that, and what a gift, right? To be able to calm ourselves, to be able to take care of what's most important in moments of stress in life too. So sorry, Dr. Brett.
No, it's actually great. And I love this description because we all have stress unless you're dead, right? It's just how it
Right.
is. But how does that affect you and for how long? and that description of how you describe. So remember, when you go on a stress cycle, whether a tiger's chasing you or you're having to make a major decision, health crisis, your brain and body needs fuel. The efficiency at which that fuel is communicated is how well your brain thinks. Your brain likes consistent fuel. And so I love the way you describe that. And I also love the way you describe like this dress size you want to get into. Many of us have gained weight over the years, and your body is the best Tetris player ever. Like, so it packs the fat in all these places that possibly can. So the poundage is going to change. Don't look at that as much, because if you do it right, your muscle mass, if you're doing right, eating the protein, doing the exercise, your pounds won't change as fast as your inches lost. It's, muscle is very compact tissue. So just keep that in mind, that as your body starts being more efficient at utilizing and burning the fat, by the way, it's a better source of fuel for your brain, which is why some of the clarity you're having. That is why the clarity is there, but that's probably why it happens on day 2 to 3, because your body's got to burn through the excess sugars, and then it starts saying, "Oh, I want to get rid of this storage, this stuff." And so that's the communication part, right? And so just know that's partially what's happening. That's super unique, because that communication used to be there with kids, right? But now as adults, we just kind of get inefficient at that, and you need quick fuel of stress. So what you described is perfect. So pay attention to that itch loss. Like, I love Donnie. I don't care if you didn't do measurements. That belt, like, that is so key. Like, I mean, I would mount that on my wall, right? Because that's visceral fat, and there's so many cool studies that you'll see if you look up. There a lot of the reason people on these medications are because it's for cardiovascular benefits, and that's key. So just know, if this system works, there's huge cardiovascular benefits along with other things. So I love the fact that you described it that way. So that's exactly what's happening, is your body is getting efficient at burning that stuff out of the closet. And in the closet, it's unseen, but you will see it in inches.